ulterior motives. No, we didn't end this so good.
Hey. Hey, everybody. Hello. I'm going to use the mom voice. Shh. Actually, my mom voice is, shut up, kids. So I'm going to introduce our next podcast. We're really excited. On your seats, you should have gotten some aviators, which I hope you will wear. I think they were there. You can look just like me if you want to, or Tom Cruise from that movie, whatever movie he was in where he wore them. He wears them in all of them. I'm really excited. My son is a really big foodie and wants to be a chef. He's really excited that I'm interviewing the next podcast guest. He's an astonishing chef, but also has been doing some amazing things around relief in Puerto Rico, and has a lot to say about that and a bunch of other things. So without further ado, José Andrés, come out. Oh, please. You don't want to see me dance. All right, so there's so much to talk about. And you said you just landed, right?
10 minutes ago.
10 minutes ago. And then you're like, I don't know why I'm here, right? That's that.
I don't really. I mean, I'm so honored to be here with you.
Okay.
But I have no clue about what you are an expert on, so I don't know.
Okay.
I really don't know what I'm doing here.
Let me just say.
I mean, it's a bar.
Okay.
I can handle a bar.
You know, Jose, if you were a geeky guy, you would be crazy right now. And I'm like Justin Bieber for geeky guys.
Geeky guy? What's that?
Oh, forget it. Anyway, let's move on. We're going to talk about a lot of things. I write about technology, but I have an ability to talk about other things, too.
I know.
Okay. All right, good. So I want to talk about what you've been doing. Let's start with Puerto Rico, because let's just go right into it. You've been doing a lot of relief work there, and you've created the World
Central
Kitchen. Can you start to talk about what inspired you to do that? Obviously, the disaster, but...
Okay. So let's tell them very quickly what happened in Puerto Rico. So I have this NGO called World Central Kitchen, and when we went to Houston and we were making a lot of meals in Houston, and then Puerto Rico happened, and 3 days later we were in the first plane we went to San Juan, and I went there. He's here with my friend Nate Mook, and I was there, for a week. I always do it. I go Haiti after hurricanes, after earthquakes. And my idea was we go a week, we help, we bring some money, we cook, we make some meals, we help some friends. So long story short, first day I think we did like 1,000 meals. And we distribute them around San Juan, a hospital here, a shelter there. But long story short, at the end what we did is we went from one kitchen in the middle of San Juan to more than 18 functioning kitchens at the same time. We opened a total of 23, and we went from 1,000 meals the first day to 3.4 million, about to reach this week.
Wow. So what was the...
And that's what happened.
And then, I'm sorry?
That's what happened. Over amazing, more than 20,000 volunteers, more than 10 food trucks, helicopters, Humvees, ships, boats, National Guard, Army, Navy, everybody helping. It was unbelievable. But the most unbelievable thing was that we were not supposed to be there.
Right. Why is that?
Well, because we were not supposed to be there. We are not technically a relief organization.
Right.
We've been going to relief moments more and more.
Right.
But we are not a relief organization. We like to say we change the world through the power of food, and we have projects like in Haiti. We have a bakery and an orphanage. We have a restaurant. They're great because they make money. So they're sustainable business. Yes, they feed the children, but creates income for them.
Right.
We have a school. We teach women.
So what's your impetus to this? Because you're a chef. I mean, what were you thinking of creating this? And I'd love to get a sense where we are with Puerto Rico right now, because it's been forgotten again in the the news story. Let's talk about that first. So where are we with Puerto Rico right now?
I think Puerto Rico, everywhere I see a problem, I only see opportunity. What I can tell you is that the American people of Puerto Rico are unbelievable.
Right.
I mean, yeah, you can clap. I get upset when I don't have hot shower in my hotel room, and I call down and what the heck is going on? I am José Andrés. I need hot water. And all of a sudden you feel so stupid when you know that you have an 80-year-old woman sharing her only bottle of water with the people around her, and you start giving value to things in life, and you start really realizing that you can complain about who you are and where you are, but it's others that they have it much worse than you.
Right.
And when I saw the people of Puerto Rico becoming one and working together to start solving the issues, one problem at a time, this was amazing. So, I just came back, I think, less than 2 weeks ago from Puerto Rico, and we have my organization, we still have there 3 kitchens, one in Vieques, which I think we're doing 400 or 500 meals a day. It's an island of 6,000, but we began there very early on feeding the people of Vieques. We have a kitchen in Bayamón. I think we do 3,000, 4,000, 5,000 meals from there. And then we have another kitchen in the middle of the island in a place called Lares, which is an amazing chef called Ventura, who has been with us from the beginning. And he's still cooking in the heart of the island. So, we are doing 7,000, 8,000 meals a day still today.
So how would you assess the recovery there and the government's role in it?
It's very hard because I'm not an expert, and obviously I'm not an expert, but I'm writing a book right now as we speak. Hopefully it'll be published in September. We Fed an Island. And,
The book is called We Fed an Island.
We Fed an Island. And we have a tendency, obviously, you can make it political very quickly.
Right.
But if we go back in time, this is beyond politics. This is not about Republicans and Democrats. Even it's very easy to have them fight and anybody put you in any side. At the end, it's just American people taking care of Americans in moment of disrepair, in moment of need, and this should be apolitical. If I say everybody should believe that in the moment we have a tragedy like a hurricane or earthquake or a tornado, that America will take care of fellow Americans. Will everybody agree that that should be something like Republicans and Democrats should endorse? So we will make it happen.
But that's not precisely what happened there, exactly. There was a lot of politics in Puerto Rico.
Well, I was in Haiti. Even at Haiti, I arrived, I think, 6-7 weeks after the earthquake. And I've been there more than 25, 30 times. So, but on paper, the numbers that we can show is that what we did in Haiti was much faster and quicker, and we put many more troops and many more assets to the betterment of the lives of the people of Port-au-Prince and Haiti than we did of the American people of Puerto Rico. So in that sense, I will say that maybe, yes, the government kind of fell Puerto Rico. We were very quick and very fast helping Haiti. I cannot say we were as quick and as fast helping Puerto Rico.
And why was that, from your perspective?
I was trying to go to the White House, to the main room where they make decisions, but they didn't let me in, so I don't know what was going on.
Yeah.
But the truth is
Did you
that
actually walk up to the house?
No.
Okay.
I have a three-street radius. I cannot get close to the White House. No, but the truth is that let's put it this way: the people of the federal government, the men and women, the people of FEMA, the people of the military,
Right.
they're the best people out there. It has nothing to do with them.
Right.
They work 24/7. They leave their families behind. Sometimes they pay things out of their own money, out of their own pocket. They do. Every one of them is a hero in their own way. Every single person that goes to these moments. But the truth is that the system sometimes doesn't allow them to be successful.
Right.
The first day we were there, we met people from Homeland Security. And it's people that are what they call HSI, which they do investigation in the frontier, and people of what we call ICE. Who was going to tell me people of ICE were going to become my best friends, the guys that unfortunately the role is to be kicking out undocumented immigrants when they think they shouldn't be here any longer. But those were amazing people, and they were going around the island bringing security and kind of assessing the situation. Very quickly we saw that they were only bringing water, and they saw we were making sandwiches, and they were like, Jose, can we bring sandwiches? Sure. we needed people with distribution.
Right.
They were our first distributors across the island. So
swear.
every morning was beautiful to see 40 Humvees, 40 Jeeps, a line in front of the restaurant with all our teams and volunteers and chefs filling up the back of the Humvees with as many sandwiches as they could take. We did this for over probably close to 3 months, probably more. And this only shows you that to sure everything works, but you know that decision was not made at the top.
Right.
The decision was made at the bar at 11:30 p.m. with a rum sour. Sometimes you have to adapt, and it's funny for me that I was able to meet those guys in the hotel they were staying after 16-hour work days, and right there things will happen, and we will make a quick plan.
Right.
So that to me shows me that sometimes the bigger problems have very simple solutions, and that sometimes we make the problem bigger by not taking action. Right. Meetings, meetings, and meeting. And then let's do another meeting in case the previous meeting was not clear enough. Okay, this may work for some people, but when you're talking about hunger and you're talking about feeding people, when are you going to wait? 3 weeks from now? Thank you. Don't worry. You don't have to feed anybody else. Everybody is dead. It's as dramatic as that. When people are hungry, and especially when American people are hungry, the urgency of now is now. And means it's not planning, it's just cooking and sending the food to the people in need.
Right.
And that's what we did.
And do you feel that there needs to be more attention there still? Because again, the attention has dropped off.
Well,
but then there's like a news story every 5 minutes now.
I think the stories are there. I think the governor overall is been doing a good job. It's been hard work. But Puerto Rico is a big political problem.
Yeah.
But can become an opportunity. If it's a part of America, needs a Marshall Plan.
Right.
So we help Puerto Rico really to be where it should be. And I think that's possible, but we need political will.
Yeah.
I hope that with the many Puerto Ricans are with voting rights in America, where their vote counts, not in Puerto Rico in the island, but in Florida and New York, I think they should be very active voting to make sure that the voices will be heard in November and in the years to come.
Right.
So one day Puerto Rico and any other place in America deserves what they deserve when they should deserve it. But Puerto Rico is kind of, right now seems, yes, it's a second thought.
Yeah.
And you know, I'm not a political guy. The only thing I try to do is making sure that we could feed as many people we could.
Yeah.
And now we're helping some farmers. We're trying to bring water. And more important, we're trying to get ready if another hurricane happens in September, October. Let's hope it doesn't happen, that at least we have a plan.
Right. Now, you say you're not a political person, but you've gotten in some tangles with the Trumps still this year.
Yeah, but that's fake news. I have, you know, I respect my president, which is our president. We don't all like the same music, and we don't all like the same foods.
Right.
You know.
Yeah.
But we respect people liking other foods and people liking other musicians.
Right.
That's not any different with the president.
Okay.
You know, I think the potential of improvement is huge.
Right.
And that we should celebrate.
Okay. For some reason, I don't think you like a well done steak. But that's another issue. But I want to get to the issue of immigration, because that's another one of the reasons you had the fake news with him. Can you talk about immigration? Can you talk about that? The immigration issue.
You know,
you mentioned ICE using them to deliver sandwiches and not take immigrants. So talk about that issue, because it was a. You know,
immigration. I'm an immigrant myself. I think everybody will agree that America is a nation of immigrants with the permission of all the people that were living here before. But America is a nation of immigrants. I've been an immigrant all my life, even in Spain, where I come from. I never belonged to a place because very young my family moved me from one place to another. So I was always a foreigner in my own country. But I always was welcome, and I was given an opportunity. And America, if anything, for a cook, which is the melting pot of the world, imagine, this is the perfect place to be a young boy. But immigration is a very clear thing. It's a big lie what we are living right now. We cannot, in one hand, look to the other side when there we need people to work on the farms or in the chicken factories and let them in. But when that farming season is over, then we want to kick them out. That's not the American way. On the other hand, we want to have our greens and our golf clubs perfectly clean and beautiful so we can hit the stupid ball and put it on the hole. I play golf, but it's stupid ball, and those guys working are undocumented. The real American way should be to give opportunity to those men and women who are part of the DNA of what America stands for, an opportunity to belong. They're already here. So why are we living this lie where every single salad, every senator and every congressman are eating on the Hill probably is being picked by an undocumented? That's the big lie. And the American way is just be pragmatic. I think America has been the most pragmatic of all countries I know. A lot of things to improve, but things always seem to be moving in the way forward. On immigration reform is not a problem. It's not a problem for us to solve, but an opportunity for us to seize. My restaurants don't have enough people. I need to be hiring more people, and sometimes I don't have workforce to be hired. We need those 11 million plus undocumented to be part of the American dream, because right now they're ghosts. Even they're the ones helping us run many parts of our lives, and especially the dreamers. It's insane that Democrats and Republicans, and let's face it, Democrats got also control of the White House, Congress, and Senate, and also nothing happened. So if we want to be pragmatic, we need to be asking Republicans in charge now, no more but no less, that's what we should be asking also the Democratic leadership. Immigration reform is something that has to happen yesterday, but especially dreamers, to have young American men and women that very much arrive here on diapers, that they are as American as you and me, that they are not given the opportunity to really keep making America better, is just insane. And just to try to think like we're going to be kicking them out is just unbelievable.
What do you think is going to happen? You're involved politically.
It's very hard right now because this presidency is very fluid. And I like fluid.
Yeah.
But I like fluid when you know a little bit where the river is going. Within the river you can be moving, but there is a river to be followed. But this is like... But the truth is that this is beyond president. I do believe I'm expecting much more from the leadership on the Hill. And what should be happening is a true immigration reform. They're talking about a wall. Listen, everybody lies to a degree, no? It's like some people want a wall, right? We all know that walls, they're not going to achieve anything. Really, they're not going to achieve much. It's just a great way to put a physical wall between people. The best we can do is not building walls, but investing in the countries around us. If we invest in Haiti, we will not have people trying to come on boat to Florida. If we keep investing in Mexico, we're not going to be having more Mexicans coming to America undocumented. And what we should be doing is smart visa systems where we can have this revolving door where people can come, work the farm, and go back to their country. Vast majority of the people, they want to live where they are from. They don't want to be separated from their families for years. They want to see their children grow. They want to be where they belong. But if they have opportunity to come America, help the American economy, do the farming, they go back. And next year they know they can come back when the okra or wheat or corn season happens again. That will be smart business. For me, it's very amazing that our leadership in the Hill are not coming up with those quotas of visas that are smart for American business, especially small business. Sometimes we need workers that we cannot find. And every day right now, we're in close to what is called total employment. The employment that is so low, employment, that is every day more and more difficult to find people.
So let's talk about the food business. Now, how long have you been doing this?
Since my mother fed me first time, I've been in the food business.
Okay, all right, okay. So
I don't remember that moment, but I'm sure it was good.
Yeah, okay. What's changed recently? I mean, with the I want to get into a little bit of tech, but what is happening in the food business right now from your perspective?
Well, I think food business is probably one of the most fascinating business you can belong to. Mm-hmm. I have a class in George Washington we created a few years ago, which the idea of the class was to show that food very much touches everything that we are. Food is history, and if we don't understand that, we don't know who we are. Mm-hmm. Brillat Savarin said, the French philosopher in 1826, tell me what you eat and I will tell you who you are. But he even said something more important. He said, the future of the nations will depend on how they feed themselves. Powerful phrase. Mm-hmm. Food is a science. We teach a class at Harvard where we teach physics through food. Mm-hmm. Food is the DNA of who we are. Food is hunger. Food is obesity. Mm-hmm. Food is politics. Food very much touches absolutely everything. Mm-hmm. So in this moment, America itself, more than around 15% of the American economy relies on the food business. Right. Between farming and restaurants and distribution and food production. And I think the moment we're living is an exciting moment because it's full of challenges, but full of opportunities. By the year 2050, we're going to have to feed 9 billion people. And we need to crack the code in how we're going to be doing this in a way that is logical, is sustainable, we can do it. And especially the most important thing to me, something that we make sure that every single person has a chance, an opportunity to have a humble plate of food. That's something that is achievable. We are able to produce enough food to feed everybody. We only need to make sure that we are able to get.
So how is that to happen? Because, you know, there's genetically engineered food. There's all kinds of efforts to cut down on meat. A ton of Silicon Valley companies are investing in, like, Impossible Foods and all kinds of things. How do you look at all those efforts as a chef?
I do believe that is very naive if you go to a food conference, and I fight with many of my French chefs, that they think everything has to be local and organic. Because in the moment they're telling me, and probably some of you here are the same way, and I used to be that way not too long ago, but when we say local and organic, the same person is telling me this, the jeans he or she is wearing are from Cambodia. Mm-hmm. And is drinking a bottle of champagne that happens is from France from 1997. Mm-hmm. That's not seasonal and that's not local. And obviously, doesn't entitle you to give me a talk about seasonal and local, you moron.
Is that how you open the conversation?
So we need to be pragmatic in the sense of, if we're going to be feeding 9 million, we need to be open in the many ways. So Impossible Meats is a great thing. Mm-hmm. Actually, it happens, I tasted first time this over probably 2 years ago. Mm-hmm. And in one of my restaurants, beefsteak, we are about to, which is my vegetable fast food restaurant. We have like 6, 7 now.
Yeah, they're great.
We're about to put it. They came up also, the guys of Jazz Mayo, mm-hmm. They came with this egg, soy base that behaves like egg. Mm-hmm. You can make a scrambled eggs or you can make an omelette with a vegetable base liquid. It's fascinating.
Do you like to cook with them? What do you think of cooking with them?
If you have I'm doing a vegetable book right now. That's a commercial. It's going to be released next year. Yeah. But I love it.
Based on beefsteak.
It's opportunity. I prefer much more that.
Yeah.
That the turkey for Thanksgiving that happens is fake news because it's made out of tofu.
Right, okay.
What the heck you have to make tofu look like?
Right.
For turkey.
Right.
Did you ask the tofu if he wants to look like a turkey? No. Why tofu cannot look like tofu?
Right.
We don't, you know, so
it's called
me, I'm in the
it's
business.
Just so you know, it's called tofurkey.
Tofurkey.
Okay, yeah.
Give me a break. But I don't like tofu personally, but I respect somehow the people that do. I don't have many friends though, but no. But I do believe that's the future. It's great things happening. Many people are doing in the roofs of every building gardens that produce vegetables. Right now, it's companies investing heavily in farms that they're going to be near cities,
right?
Which I think is very smart.
Farming,
which is stack farming, hydroponics, where many of the tasks are going to be run by computers. A lot of things are happening, and I think this is good news.
What do you think? You think that's good news?
This is amazing news
farming.
because we need to feed 9 billion people, maybe more. We need to be attacking from all levels. It's always going to be a space for the conventional farming. It'll be different prices.
Right.
But we need to be attacking the food sources, how we're going to keep feeding humanity in a super smart, constructive way. So very much, I endorse almost everything. We only need to, hydroponics is something I think is great. I just came back from Puerto Rico. We're helping a farmer where he's one of the best guys there doing hydroponics, and he's very happy to share his experience with every other Puerto Rican that wants to have a farm. Great news is that in a very small space of land, he's able to produce 10 times more. So that's a smart business. So there we're doing this kind of a school, supporting him so he can keep sharing the know-how with other farmers that want to do the same as he's doing.
Right. How does your business get affected by like online reservations and the way it's changed? It used to be such a simple system, but now.
25 years ago, Jaleo, my first Spanish restaurant in D.C., 7th and E, first person came in, Senator Patrick Moynihan, the beloved senator from New York. Very much we were empty and we will not take any reservation. We were empty because I was an excellent chef, but nobody knew about it. And we were in a part of town that was nobody after 4 p.m. And at 5, you had a guy across the street selling me a white powder, telling me, hey, baby, look at that's good powder, man, good flour. And then, oh, man, that's the neighborhood.
Yeah.
That's it. We will take anybody coming in. So at the very beginning, we were at no reservation. Right. Why? Because we were cool? No. Because we will take the reservation or we will not take the reservation. We'll do whatever you wanted. As we became more and more popular, we began changing to take some reservations, but then we will take walk-ins. So we will always know that people could believe that they will eventually find a table. Right. If you come to this part of the world, we will feed you. Then we get open table coming in. And that's going to change the business forever and ever. Big percentage of our reservations now go through open table. Now they are the main guy, the only guy very much. I believe that they charge way too much. I believe now they are taking advantage. But at the same time, it's fascinating what they were able to achieve. Right. I believe that they should be dropping the prices a little bit.
I will talk to them.
It's going to be more.
I'm seeing the CEO
It's going to be more competition.
Yeah.
It's going to be more competition.
Right.
It's coming. Already is talk, which was created by a restaurateur in Chicago, Alinea, but it's more for high-end restaurants.
And Resi.
And you prepay.
Right.
Resi. The game is going to be changing, but it's always good.
Yeah,
you get one company, 3 more follow.
What about how restaurants are going to be? Like, what do you imagine? You just were talking there. You're opening a restaurant in L.A. How do you look at the restaurant? Because so many things have become analog. People don't go shopping anymore. They use Amazon. Lots of things have changed in the way people consume. Restaurants are an analog experience, or maybe they aren't. How do you look when you're thinking of the restaurant of the future, or the kitchen of the future?
Right now, I am totally lost. I think I have a clear path, but then I'm lost. Obviously, I have a very big spectrum of restaurants.
How many do you have total?
Like 31, 32. Then I have my food truck that we can do sandwiches for $6, $7. And we're about to open the first brick and mortar in Disney. I wanted all my life to be with Mickey Mouse. We're about to make it happen. And it's called La Pepa, which is this blue woman living in Spain that she has the best time of her life, every second of her life. La Pepa, sandwiches, all the way to minibar, which is $450 per person. And in between, everything. What I do believe that at the end, restaurants is very basic. If you provide good food, good service, at the price that people feel is the right thing, and that sometimes align with the people in terms of values, unwritten values, but these perceptional values, you will do well.
Right.
You apply that with the location, and you're in business.
Right.
Location in this world, to me, still is the most important thing. But in the old days, used to be the corner of the street you open. Now location has moved in different dimensions. Now it's also, are you in the right digital platform? Are you in the right food ordering online platform?
Right.
Are you, now location used to be use the physical space, but now it's almost like Matrix. Nah, it's almost, you have to be location in the very different areas.
Right.
So it has made it a little bit more complicated, but at the same time, if you have a small restaurant and you do a great job, you're going to have lines outside.
You're going to have lines outside. So what do you imagine food is changing? Then we'll get some questions from the audience. What about food? Where is it going? What are the trends, the biggest trends that you're seeing? Your latest restaurant is focusing on what?
So I think the food trend is more and more vegetables are going to become part of the human diet.
So the China study or whatever.
Especially in America, we see the trend. I see the trend for the last 25 years. My restaurants every day, more and more, are becoming vegetable restaurants.
Right.
More and more vegetables are being ordered. And I love them. I mean, think about it. You put a steak in your mouth, 5 seconds, you look like a lion. The 5 seconds, the flavor is gone, and you are still 30 more seconds without being able to talk to anybody. A piece of meat that at that moment looks like a shoe. A vegetable, a pineapple. You put it in. It's elegant from the beginning almost to the end. What the heck are we eating meat still? That's why women seem to be eating more vegetables than men. Because women always are smarter.
Okay.
Men, we're stupid. We are 30 seconds at the time from our lives. And it's the reality. So I think vegetables is a simple trend and the way to produce those vegetables at a bigger scale, sustainable. I do believe that the farms are going to come closer to the cities.
So they're right there.
No any different than the cars. Every single car company is made of a lot of pieces. And the car company doesn't own the factories that make the pieces.
Right.
It's all the companies that sell to the main car company pieces. Where do you think they put the farm and their factories? In the other part of the world? No. They build their factories around the main production area for those cars. Sooner rather than later, we're going to have supermarkets that around them, they're going to have the farm
there
that you buy your dill, your cilantro, your lettuce, your tomatoes, and your carrots. That's about to happen. That's about to
I
explode.
would agree with you. It's going to replace the parking lots we weren't going to need because we'll have self-driving cars.
Well, or even at one moment, it'd be fairly affordable for you. Right now, I don't even buy herbs anymore because I have this very piece of nice equipment that very soon I can even check when I'm traveling if the dill and the parsley has water. And if I have to add nutrients. I am feeding my plants while I'm in Hawaii on vacation. I do now my plants in a little hydroponic. You can save money. You can have fresher herbs.
Right.
And you don't have to grab the car because the recipe ain't going to work because Gordon Ramsay told you that you had to have dill and parsley and mint. That's going to be happening
That's going to be
one day
happening
too.
more. So do you imagine computers ever replacing chefs?
Oh, yeah. It's already, very early on in my life, I used to go to MIT. And inside MIT, they had this thing called the counterintelligence. And anything was technological advance about cooking, they will have it there. Already they are testing hands, look-alike robots that you have for the ingredients in the right place. You put the programming, you cook, the computer recreates all your moves.
Yeah.
They're able to download this into those mechanical hands.
Right.
And that robot is doing exactly the same dish you were able to do. Eventually, one day, this will happen. And already, to a degree, it's happening. Already are robots like doing big system productions. But one day, we're going to have a robot
Jose.
being Jose, And quite frankly, I cannot wait so I can be playing golf.
You and Donald Trump together, that would be great.
I don't think that's going to happen so soon. But I wish it happened. I wish it happened. I'll be the first one to clap if he passes immigration reform and he helps the people of Puerto Rico and he achieves peace with North Korea. And I'll be the first one to clap. But, you know, you were asking me about things happening and technology. You know, the biggest thing happened to me in Puerto Rico is just to see how we should be using more technology in moments of disasters.
Right.
Even something like WhatsApp. I never really care about WhatsApp because now it's so annoying. You see how many ways we can get messaging now? Mm-hmm. Twitter and Instagram, right? And then direct message now. And I received this direct message. I need to speak to you. I'm like, who are you? Mm-hmm. But it's important, okay. And then text, and then WhatsApp, mm-hmm. and then email, mm-hmm. and then company. It's like you are being attacked from so many angles.
Yeah.
But WhatsApp, we needed to move quick and fast. Mm-hmm. We began doing the groups that were necessary for the task.
Right.
The group of shopping, the group of food production, the group of fuel.
Yeah.
And only you had there the people that needed to be there, no more, no less.
Right.
And everything was very quick. Mm-hmm. A phrase, a request, a yes or no, efficiently. Mm-hmm. Right. There I saw the value of technology. There I saw the value, right. In this case, a platform like WhatsApp.
Yeah.
What before I saw like, man, another platform to text.
Right.
I saw the true value in this case to be the quick and effective providing food to the people in need.
So you haven't gotten to Slack yet, have you? Do you know a Slack?
I don't know what the heck this is.
Okay. All right. On that note,
I was smiling to see if she was not going to ask me again. What the heck is that?
It's like WhatsApp groups. But
it's
bigger.
Slack.
It was first, kind of, yeah.
The beginning.
Yeah.
It's lacking.
We run our whole company on Slack. Slack, not Slacky.
It's Slack.
Slack, not Zach.
What? Can you invite me? Okay.
I'll show you.
My pronunciation is kind of, I fake it.
Yeah, okay, I see that.
Looks much more romantic.
I like.
If I speak like a true Texan, like give me a break. Another one.
Yeah.
But I come out with my, Spanish accent, but I don't really have.
You're not actually Spanish, are you?
No.
Okay.
I've been covered up.
You're John Andrew, I know. So let's get some questions from the audience right here. Start.
So it's hard
to understand my accent?
Yeah. It's hard to believe anything that a politician says publicly, but I wonder, without naming names, what are the most hopeful and the most dire things you've been told by a politician kind of behind closed doors about the future of immigration?
Well, I've been in the Hill and I've been told by senators and congressmen that don't worry, we will increase SNAP, what is called food stamps, and then going and that person voting against it. And then they tell you the 100 excuses what they did. On immigration, exactly the same. I've been very lucky at times to host Republicans in my restaurants and Democrats in impromptu off-the-record lunches and or dinners. Sincerely, I do believe that they all care about the issues. But it's one moment that when they get all to the Hill, that becomes an impossible game to understand. When we talk about politics with a negative connotation, it's true that they are playing politics. No, it's like if I tell somebody I'm going to do something, I don't go then and I tell them, but by the way, because I'm going to do this for you, now I need you to cook on the wedding of my daughter for free. No, I'm telling you I'm doing something, and I'm doing it because I believe in it. I'm not expecting anything else in return. I don't mean by that bribing or anything. I mean that at the end, when somebody commits to something, seems they are trying to leverage that to achieve something else, and then makes the whole thing impossible. Why we cannot have people on the Hill that become politicians of word in saying, I'm doing this and I'm doing it. But you don't keep every single issue as leverage to something else. If we're talking about immigration reform, let's pass immigration reform. Don't start confusing that with snaps or with
the wall.
The wall, which everybody says, but everything needs to be negotiated at the same time. Well, not really. Everybody agrees that we want to keep America safe. I have 3 daughters. I want America safe. I don't want anybody that shouldn't be around my neighborhood in the neighborhood. If he's a bad person that has been in jail or is coming from. But at the same time, we need to be solving one problem at a time. We could agree to disagree what's the best way to protect America, with a wall or without a no wall. I think the best way to protect America is building walls. I agree with Mr. Trump. We need walls. I only want to use those walls in a different way. I want to build hospitals and schools and community centers. And that's a smart way to invest in walls. And anytime we help undocumented here, the money they can send overseas, if they are improving their lives of their people in the countries around Spain and anywhere around Europe or anywhere around the States, my daughters are going to be safer because those other people are also doing well. Every man and woman only want one thing, that the children are doing well. If their children are doing well, they're happy. So what we need to all is provide the same to others that you and I will want to provide to our own. If we do that, the world is going to be a very happy place.
All right, next question. Who's got it? Right here? Oh, there, and then right here.
Sorry. So, being from Houston and being in the restaurant industry, I would like to first extend our thanks and our gratitude for everything that you did after the storm and the floods. We certainly appreciate it. We couldn't have done the recovery without you. So we know that there will be another storm, there will be another disaster. We've also seen that your methods tend to be more effective and more immediate than what the government does. So my question to you is, other than giving you money, which we should all do, what can we do to help to be prepared for the next time? Because we know there will be a next time.
Well, thank you. It's a lot of different issues, right? But the one I know, which is food, is a very simple issue. I wish I was in Katrina, and I wish I was in the Superdome. I have sometimes nightmares about it. I wish I took the initiative I took later in places like Haiti and others. Because think about it, an arena, what is an arena? It's a sports venue? It's a music venue? No, it's a big lie. It's a big, gigantic restaurant that happens uses NBA players as entertainment. Think about it. So the only thing we had to do in Katrina was send in 3 or 4 Cisco U.S. foods trucks, get an army of cooks like me willing to help, activate the kitchens inside the arena, boom, no more problem, food. Now we can take care of toilets and showers and bed and security and electricity and everything else. So imagine how simple it is, right? So me, what I'm trying to do is precisely that, have a plan that we can activate the resources. People want to volunteer like crazy. In the fires in Ventura, we got more than 2,000 volunteers in less than a week. People love to activate themselves to the betterment of the lives of others. Makes them feel good, but they really have that call to help others. So activating the volunteers through different digital platforms, that's going to be very important. Activating Uber-like systems. Kind of we are talking to them, believe it or not, through Uber Eats. So people know who is producing the food, people know who is delivering the food, and people know who is receiving that food. Platforms like this right now don't exist. We were delivering medicines. We were delivering medicine because nobody knew who needed the medicines or where those medicines were. So we'll pick up the phone, call Paul Farmer from Harvard, Partners in Health, and say, hey, I need medication because this doctor is doing transplants and he has no medicine for transplants. Boom, 24 hours, a plane came, we got it, we gave it to him, problem solved. We need just to make the big problems that they seem big, we need to simplify them. It's enough manpower, woman power, technology, and to do it. We only need people that they stop meeting so much and that they had the plan before. When emergencies happen, plans should not happen. And more important, we need to have special teams. When something happens that we never planned for, we need to adapt. If we adapt anywhere else in life every day, why can we not have people that are professionals of that adapting to new circumstances?
Would you like to run FEMA?
I said before, the men and women of FEMA, everybody is the best people out there. Do sometimes after 2 rum sours or 3 margaritas and 2 gin and tonics, have dreams that I wish they told me to be the food czar for Puerto Rico. So I will have everything at my disposal to be a true general of food, to make sure that food will not be a problem anymore. Did I dream of that moment? Yeah. But like me, hundreds of other chefs. Like every day we adapt to new circumstances. You know what I did? I sent a WhatsApp to Fidele from Bon Appetit, one of the best companies in California for food. And I say, Fidele, I need the best men and women you have in the food production. He sent me in less than 48 hours some of the best chefs that America could have. They came and they became the Delta Force. With all of them, we were able to open more than 18 kitchens in less than 2 weeks and a half. Look at how simple it is. If you need to feed America, bring the chefs, because probably they're going to be the ones that know how to do it quick, faster, and efficient.
Right. Chefs with WhatsApp, though. Okay, now 2 more questions we have time for, very quick, and then we'll bring on Melinda Gates.
I was wondering if you could explain the challenges of serving tapas to Americans.
Well, thank you. Number one, when I used to explain that, people will tell me, who are you, the bouncer? I say, what are you understanding? Tapas, man, not topless. Number 2, forks and knives really were invented for protection, especially men that were stupid. So the fork and the knife will be up, standing up, protecting the plate when humankind was fighting for the food. After we became more kind of, food ready, the fork and knife really became utensils to begin used to cut the meat and other things. And the most important thing was when we opened, especially in Washington, people had a problem of sharing, believe it or not. And I just understood that the problem only was based on 20 inches. If you put the plate in the middle of the table, you encourage everybody to share. But if you didn't want to share, move the plate 20 inches towards you. Raise your fork, raise your knife, and we are not a tapas restaurant anymore. But those mainly the challenges. Beyond that, it's a great way of eating. You share, and I love to eat many things. I love the rainbow. I like the clouds, but I prefer the rainbow. More color is better. More food is better. I get bored with one flavor. I want plenty of flavors in my mouth through the course of a meal. So tapas provided all of those things, and that's why tapas has become, I think, so successful and goes beyond Spanish food. Call it mese, call it sushi, was always tapas. But, I hope that answers. Are you opening a Spanish restaurant? Oh, good. Oof. Oh, I have a Greek, Turkish, Lebanese restaurant. Yeah. One in DC, and we open in Frisco. Yeah, go Cowboys. You know the problem of being in so many cities? Like, I look so fake news, because you see me there with a, I go, with a Los Angeles Lakers shirt, then with the Wizards, then with the Ravens, then with the Redskins, and people look at me like, say, really?
Okay, one more very quick question, then we can bring on Melinda Gates. Anybody else? Very quick, right here. Oh, sorry, this guy was up for real quick. So real quick.
Did you realize that we only let men ask questions?
Oh,
The issue woman didn't ask any question.
We're gonna do that.
Is because you know all the answers, and that's why we love you.
All right, is there
It's
a
only
woman
to be
who wants
ready,
to ask a
everybody
question?
read.
Sorry, I have a hard time seeing everybody's gender.
I have one.
All right,
That's
go ahead.
okay. I think the one issue that we haven't asked about is the Me Too movement in restaurants
yes.
today,
Oh, I'm
right?
sorry.
Mario Batali and so many more, all the coverage that Eater has done. How are you moving forward in your restaurants to handle harassment?
000. It's no more time.
No. Come on.
Number one. No, I love this. Listen, number one, I have 3 daughters. That doesn't make me, but imagine, as a father, I want the best for my daughters. Number two is being aware that that has been happening, and now super aware. Number three, I am a Me Too movement in support. This is not restaurant. This is society. This is community. Let me tell you, who feeds the world? If you go to Haiti, you go to Cambodia, if you go to Kenya, the challenge of feeding humanity relies on the shoulders of women that unfortunately they cook with charcoal, they get sick in the process, they carry their babies as they're cooking. Women very much carry humanity forward, feeding them, feeding us, and making sure that humanity has a future forward by keep moving the species forward. So this is not about restaurant business. This is about community. This is about who we are. You know when they say if you see something, say something? And you know when you heard some people saying that's locker room talk? Mm-hmm. Listen, I'm far away from perfect. Right. But I'm Catholic. You go to the priest, you apologize, and you're forgiven all your sins. But this is beyond that. Everybody has the role to make sure that the people around us are protected. And if we see something, we need to say something. And if we hear things or comments that are not what they are supposed to be, we all should stand up and protect one person at a time, one woman at a time.
Do you have that in your restaurant? Have you instituted stronger? Because, you know, the restaurant business does have a macho guy kind of thing going on.
But at the end of the day, unfortunately, it's every single business. But it's true that the kitchens, they've been always this kind of cave where heat and long hours. But listen to me. I'm not going to say that my organization is the Vatican and it's perfect. Not like the Vatican. We can use it as a good example. But far away from that, in my restaurants, I'm very lucky in the sense, for the last few years, I have a CEO that happens is a woman, Kimberly Grant. And between my wife, my daughters, and my CEO, she keeps me straight. And that in my office, in my headquarters, is full of women, that they keep me and everybody else straight. But at the end of the day, it's very simple. Yes, it's about women, but now we are listening, it's also about men, that they've been taken advantage, whether because they were gay, or whether because it's about basic human respect from each other. And at the end, we can be creating rules of engagement in the workplace. But at the end, we need to be all with agreeing that especially women, they only but deserve our respect. And again, it's up to everybody to be checking on each other. When I'm listening to the things we're listening right now, I'm always wondering who is around allowing those things to happen. Where are the roses and the chocolates if you wanted to propose to somebody? What's going on these days? That seems because the digital age, we send a heart and we are ready to do whatever we want with that person. Long story short, in my restaurants, I don't know if we are perfect or not, but I know we have a very good human resources system of addressing this. But we cannot make it in a way that becomes kind of a structure that is so rigid, that is corporate. It's humanity. It's making sure I take care of you so you take care of me. And making sure that if we see something, we have to say something. And make sure that everybody feels comfortable enough to speak up. And that they have a place that they can come to ask for help. But we cannot be allowing this to happen. I think I don't know how this took so long to happen. I'm happy that finally happened. Again, as a dad of 3 daughters, that they are about to become part of the world on their own. And again, men, we have a responsibility in this 21st century to be more active members of being the best partners we can for women and to anybody that feels that somebody is taking advantage of. Every man is going to have to be there fighting.
And have you reassessed your restaurant practices in the wake of this? I mean, you can't not be seeing.
Everybody has been doing it, but again, no restaurants. Every single business. Obviously, we've been having this conversation. Mm-hmm. Are we Are we giving
Complying.
people the opportunity to have a place to come for help? Are we giving the opportunity to people to speak up without feeling they are in danger?
Right.
But that's what I'm saying. We all need to be alert.
Right.
We all need to be alert. And everybody should be speaking up. And if anybody feels like somebody has done something like, it's unwelcome, everybody should be speaking up. And what I hope is going to happen with everything we've seen is that especially women, they're not afraid anymore to speak up. And that's what I hope is going to happen. But it's not only up to the woman. It's up to every single man or a strong person in that tribe. That also we need to live our lives as we preach. Me, I'm not a perfect guy. I scream sometimes more than I should, and I raise my voice, and I'm unfair more than I should. But I aim to be a better person, and I aim to be a better guy. But everybody's going to have to rethink their morals and rethink what's your engagement with others. And to this day, I believe our society has failed, especially women. Mm-hmm. And it's good that this conversation, again, has become so public. And again, I repeat, it's up to everybody to check on everybody. If you see something, say something. Don't look to the other side.
Oh, I say
Fix
something.
It right there,
I'm good with that. I'm good on saying
But that's very important.
Yeah, I agree.
We've been going silent for too long.
Yeah, absolutely.
And again, we need to separate the legalities of things like every company runs through human resources versus the practicality of human relationships.
That's true, but it has to come from the top.
We need to check on each other.
It has to come from the very top of
But
the
totally,
yeah.
totally. But my point is, we have that harassment of any kind should not be allowed? Totally. Not too long ago in my Christmas party, I've been having a long year, and I got my top team. And I apologize if in the last few months I've been very hype and acting and raising my voice more than I should. That's other form of harassment. Most people will tell me, Jose, that's okay, don't worry, we love you. But it's okay that you are aware and that people check on you and that you also recognize. But on the sexual harassment issue, this is unacceptable. Everybody should be, especially protecting women. And men, yes, we should be doing more, totally.
Okay, great. Jose Andres, thanks for that question. Jose Andres.
We are clearing the room, so if you could please exit out this front door.